The penultimate day of play as the postseason begins to find its final shape. Sporting Kansas City II chase that ever-crucial cutoff line against top dog North Texas SC, with the visitors needing just 1 point to clinch the #1 overall seed in the MLS NEXT Pro playoffs. Philip Galati with you along for the ride. Two teams that have had different seasons up to this point. North Texas has had a commanding iron grip on MLS NEXT Pro. Sporting Kansas City II has been up and down, but have been proving themselves time and time again that they can stay in it no matter what team is on the other side of midfield. As we get ready to take a look at the standings in MLS NEXT Pro coming into tonight, more specifically the standings in the West. North Texas SC up to 57 points. They need just one or more tonight to clinch the #1 overall seed in the playoffs. Meanwhile, Sporting Kansas City II down in 11th with 34, but you can see that playoff line right in between Houston and Austin, just 2 points away. Plenty of teams in between that mark. Sporting Kansas City II in their 27th match today. Whitecaps and Austin have already played their 27th. It's going to be a photo finish in the West, and every point matters. So we take a look at head coach Benny Feilhaber's squad and who is going to be trying to get the job done tonight. Rindove, Cristiano, Flores, and Molinaro all loaned from the first team. Cameron Habibullah in the middle with 47 on his back got his team leading 11th goal last time out for the squad. Keep an eye on Meji Alexandre. Head coach Benny Feilhaber saying he's been on a run of a couple of great games, continuously improving on that left back slot. Going to be up and back plenty of times in this match, both offensively and defensively. One to watch for the hosts. As for the visitors, under the management of Michel, leading the line is Tyrick Scott. He has a team leading 9 goals, tied with Pedrinho, who is on the bench for this one. Michael Kaladi in between the sticks, the former All-Ivy League honoree with Columbia, a native Texan seeking his 6th shutout of the campaign. But the man to watch, Leonardo Orejarena, making his first professional start out on the left wing, the Chicago, Illinois native, just 16 years of age, formerly of the Barcelona Residency Academy. Sporting Kansas City II on the right, playing on home soil. North Texas SC on the left in the all-white away strip. When the playoff decisions were being made last season, MLS NEXT Pro allows the higher-ranked teams to pick their opponent. Head coach Benny Feilhaber was quoted saying, "Scared money, don't make money." This team knows how to compete with the best, and put simply, North Texas SC is the best in the league right now. 57 points, just one tonight will claim the overall #1 seed in the playoffs. A tall task at hand for the hosts to make up some ground. A very strong lineup as well for Coach Feilhaber and company. North Texas SC not holding back either. The whistle sounds and we are underway. Sporting Kansas City II looking to rebound off of a 4-0 loss to Minnesota United FC 2 last time out here at Children's Mercy Victory Field. Meanwhile, North Texas SC trying to complete their 3rd perfect month of the 2024 MLS NEXT Pro season. No losses in April, no losses in June, and so far, yet to lose in September. And as for the key of how North Texas SC got to the spot they're in today, their head man in charge, Michel, said just consistency. And every day, the guys know they have to give their best for the team, for the fans, for the club, for the coaches, and they do. 1-2, releasing space on the far side. Gordon lost his footing and it was cut out. Cut back towards Habibullah. Makes the extra pass and a doorstep save We told you to watch out for Meji Alexandre. Just a few yards out. Denied somehow by Michael Kaladi. Long ball over the top, and it will be denied by the offside flag. Sebastian Cruz jumping the gun. 9 goal contributions this season for number 98, making his 20th start of the campaign. Yet to provide a goal contribution since a goal and an assist against St. Louis back on July the 21st. Long ball forward, brought down by Cristiano. Receives the return pass and spreads the wealth. Klein invited forward. Habibullah, one-time ball, headed down right into the path of Sebastian Cruz, bearing in on goal, trying to round Kaladi, and won't get the shot off. Did everything right except the final product, but danger still present for North Texas. Alexandre took some heroic defending to shut down the shooting space. Sporting Kansas City II with a real spark to the start of this match. In just the 4th minute, have already gotten behind one of the most formidable back lines in all of MLS Next Pro. Leo Cristiano left it behind the run. Defender went to ground, and the attack stays alive. Alexandre switch to the far side, brought down in the box for one more cross, and too close to home. Meji Alexandre has had a couple of shooting chances, played some good passes, has stepped up very high. Both outside backs really for the hosts, able to get up the pitch and cover a lot of grass. But with Alexandre in particular, speaking to head coach Benny Feilhaber earlier this week, he highlighted number 90's attitude and resiliency. That it's tough to play as many minutes as he has, but the level of concentration, the level of professionalism he showed has been second to none. First time we've seen the visitors this far down the pitch. Malachi Molina to restart play. Short throwing closed down. And it came off of Tyreek Scott last. Shooting chance and fired well wide. Diego Garcia, the 17-year-old, found himself a nice pocket of real estate in the box. Picked his head up and overhit it by some margin. Here's Cameron Habibullah trying to play the pass early. Right idea, and the execution lacking. Nice move by Cruz. And then miscommunicated with the overlapping run. Jacob Molinaro's pass picked away. This could be a chance for North Texas. Scott trying to thread the needle. Pass wasn't on. Alexandre hurried by Molina. Now Sporting Kansas City II going to try and gather their thoughts once again and progressing the ball. And every second ball so far has been fought for brilliantly. If the first pass for either team falls short, both players are scurrying for the rebound, being physical, getting stuck in, but doing so fairly. There's a lot of want in the gait in the face of every player on the pitch tonight, knowing exactly the consequences of how this match might play out. Going to ground was Turner Humphrey. He stopped a promising attack with a reckless challenge, and thus he will receive a yellow card.
Number 4, Turner Humphrey, in the 9th minute.
Tried to put his hand up in apology, and there's not too much in it in terms of the force of the challenge, but the nature of what could have happened. Had the attacker stayed on his feet, that's why it's a yellow card. Mbale. Flores for Klein. Back for Denny Flores. Cruz with nowhere to go. North Texas finding their shape defensively. Alexandre got the nutmeg into the box. Makes the pass, and the first time shot from Habibullah is dragged wide. Alexandre doing the right thing, drawing the defender, creating the space. Habibullah just a little flat-footed, didn't step into that well. Caught it late in his stride. Ramirez. Zua. Direct ball over the top. Scott chasing it down. And Molinaro came out for it. Went down under the challenge too. Michel instructing his players. Had some words for Malachi Molina before he got the throw-in back in play. Molina directed back by his head coach, and well done by North Texas to play out of the pressure there. Found some space, switching to point of attack, and forced back. Relentless press. Beto Avila, the farthest forward for the hosts. Gordon. Garcia allowed to turn, defenders backing off. Pass a little bit behind Ramirez, but still gets the return ball. Somehow wriggles free of two defenders. Referee waves advantage. This is a lovely sequence. And it forced a save out of Jacob Molinaro. Tyreek Scott with that one-time chop behind the back. That lightning quick passing from North Texas is what makes them so good. The understanding of the movement of the players, where everyone is, where everyone's going to be. So difficult to master, and yet this team has done it so seamlessly. Looped into the box and headed away before it could reach Gordon. Second ball fought for and won by the hosts. Bryant over everybody, trying to spring a counter that wasn't on. Abibullah going to give chase. This time all the way out of his area was Kalani. Both goalkeepers having to sweep some things up, as these are two teams that can play that direct ball well. Sporting Kansas City II trying to find their shape. Speaking to head coach Benny Feilhaber earlier this week, he said, defensively, we've given up a lot of goals, but in terms of fighting for that second ball, that's where we need to excel a little bit more. Our shape is good, our structure is good. We've been unfortunate on some set pieces or counters or late in games. But we need that little bit of organization at the back that we've had at points this season. Chris Rendove, a big part of that. In the middle of those three defenders on the ball right now. It's a back four on paper. It looks early on in this one to slide to a three in possession, with the two outside backs, Carson Klein and Meji Alexandre, getting high. Bryant dropping into midfield. The host will need to drop numbers back now. And Dove stifling the attack all on his own. Abibullah wants to go on a tear. Mbali listens to the call to turn. Alexandre threaded through beautifully and dragged wide by Avila. This portion of the match is brought to you by Central Bank, official jersey front partner of SKC II and community banking partner of Sporting KC. And again, that chance for SKC II started with Rendove. And Coach Feilhaber mentioned from an organizational standpoint, won the ball, played the quick pass. Abibullah takes on a defender, draws the space for Malun Gumbali to turn. The hosts finding the channels on the break. And so far getting a solid edge in possession as well. 57% for the hosts. Bryant off the right heel of Gordon. Now North Texas's turn to build a little bit. Check of the shoulder, and Rose had space. More space afforded forward, though, to Ramirez. One-on-one with numbers arriving. Ramirez onto his left! And from distance, forces a diving stop. Anthony Ramirez, the 18-year-old from 25 yards out, was making a beeline for that top left corner. Fingertips to it from Molinaro to deny him. Corner play to the front post, met by Carson Klein. Kansas City native, formerly of Ventura County. The referee will have a talking to with Tyreek Scott, as well with Jacob Molinaro. Forward for North Texas, right on the goalkeeper for SKC II. 19th minute. From Children's Mercy Victory Field. Second corner for the visitors. Headed down. Garcia couldn't corral it. No avenue to swing it back into the mixer just yet. Rose will try it now. Headed up by Gordon, and again by Gumbale. Avila going down, referee saying no chance. Switch to the far side. No go on the nutmeg. Ramirez turned back around. There's a tough challenge in the air. Mano Avila out jumping not one but two North Texas players and going down hard. Texas bringing the high press a little bit. Sporting Kansas City II might be able to play out of it here. Great ball forward for Alexandre in a foot race and lost out to Nico Gordon. He went to ground fairly. Cameron Habibullah, 11 goals, leading the team in that category. Has had one look on cage so far in this match. It wasn't on target. And Gordon may have picked up a bit of an injury from that challenge. Nico Gordon, captain for this side, formerly of Birmingham City in the EFL Championship. (22 years old already in his 4th season as a professional. Here's a look at that challenge. Nico Gordon still down. 20th start of the season for him. Man who has represented Montserrat on the international stage, got his first senior cap about a year ago in September of 2023. All the way up to 6 caps now for the Emerald Boys. Has played every minute in each of those international appearances. Eligible to represent the country through his mother. And will have to spend 2 minutes off the pitch being checked out by the athletic trainer. So about halfway through this first half here at Children's Mercy Victory Field, scoreless between Sporting Kansas City II and North Texas SC. The hosts had a couple really good looks at goal in the opening stages of this match. It's quieted down a little bit in terms of offensive third production from the side. But they've still had a good handle on possession. Flores. Bryant, line-breaking ball. Now Habibullah finds Alexandre again with some space on his right. And into the defender. Malachi Molina doing an excellent job of closing down the space, but it is not the first time tonight that Meji Alexandre has been left in so much space on this near side. When SKC II switch the point of attack, they're able to find him so high, either in the box or just on the edge of it. Mistake in the build-out might lead to a shooting chance for North Texas. Scott poked away for now, and then the second opportunity fired over by Anthony Ramirez. Marauding run from the back. Here's Cameron Habibullah into the box, going down. Avila still with it. Able to turn away from the goalkeeper. Cross blocked, picked up by Bryant. This match starting to get back and forth now. Avila's cross out of play, and both teams get to breathe for a little bit. This portion of the match is brought to you by Children's Mercy Hospital of Kansas City, official healthcare partner of Sporting KC. Foul called against Ethan Bryant. Longview, Texas native, formerly of the Richmond Kickers. Avila battling against Ostergren in the air. Mano Avila getting a talking to by the center official, Velimir Stefanovic. Ramirez into the box. Turn ball was there. Malachi Molina, he's picked back up onto it, just trying to flick one in behind. Alejandro Azura's cross too close to the keeper. Garcia checking two, he's waved off. Rendove just about getting it away. That'll be the battle to watch as this goes on. Chris Rendove against Tyreek Scott. Switch on once again for Alexandre. Alexandre onside, deflected cross. And it's kept in play. Brilliantly done by Kaladi to react to the deflection. Diego Garcia going down under the challenge. Now helped back up to his feet, the 17-year-old. Denver, Colorado native, formerly of El Paso Locomotive. Garcia described by his head coach Michel as somebody with super high numbers all the time. Someone that we know as a coaching staff we absolutely have to have on the field, just 17 years of age. Here's Alexandre once again. Cameron Abibullah. Corner kick. Neji Alexandre and Cameron Abibullah have combined numerous times down this left-hand channel. Still just one shot on target, though, for the hosts. First corner for SKC II. Looping delivery, headed down by Gordon. And Cruz with the volley into the grass behind goal.
Your attention, please, due to the high temperature of today's match and for the safety of the players and officials, the referee
has motioned for a hydration break.
The break will last up to 3 minutes.
So in the 30th minute, still scoreless from Children's Mercy Victory Field. On the thermometer. Eddie Feilhaber issuing some instructions to his side, and he's got to be happy with what he's seen for the most part. 5 shots for SKC II, 1 on target, 4 for North Texas, but 2 on target. It's been a pretty even contest. The host with maybe the slight edge. They've gotten in the final third in more promising scenarios more often than their counterparts from Texas, but they haven't been able to test Michael Kaladi nearly as much as I'm sure they've been hoping to. Just about ready for this hydration break to come to a close. The Black Eyed Peas serenading the players as they walk back out to their restart positions. Do we see anything in terms of how either side changes their shape, their tactics, their pressing, their structure? On the ball, off the ball, in transition. Two different strategies so far in this match. Both have found some success. Neither has found the end product. 12 minutes and change for that to change before the interval. Here's Cruz in behind, early cross, poked away at the near post by Westergrain. And once again, SKC II looking so bright on the counter. This portion of the match is brought to you by Price Chopper, official grocery partner of Sporting KC. North Texas has defended these crosses well, especially in the one-on-one scenarios when players are getting in behind, in and around the box. Will there be an opening goal in this one before halftime? It looks likely to come from SKC II. Bryant. Flores. Leo Cristiano wanted a player to check in short. Bryant's come back in support. Mbale nowhere to turn. Referees called a foul. Tyshawn Rose didn't get the ball and didn't allow a quick restart either. And the referee says it's going to be a ceremonial restart. Brian had to wait for the whistle, and he did this time. Ethan Bryant. Trying to find Avila. There's an excellent pass in behind, but Gumbale has straight offside. Lovely vision to find that channel. Malum Gumbale just getting a little bit ahead of himself. 9 goals for him this season, second on the team in the category. Look how wide North Texas gets on the ball. So condensed defensively, able to just congest that midfield third and put numbers in the way. And as soon as they have possession, they start to get a little wider, a little higher, really find some space. The holding midfielders, you don't see them checking back as much. They've checked back now for the throw-in, just trying to get numbers back. Throw-in awarded to Malachi Molina, Miami, Florida native, 17-year-old. Second ball won by Diego Garcia, still dribbling. SKC II gonna bring the heat with the press. Now you see North Texas get wide. Alejandro Azura drops back. He's less of a holding midfielder and more as an additional defender. I told to recycle. Instead, Malachi Molina playing it out of touch. Tried to dribble instead of playing back to his goalkeeper. One or two quick chances to start a counter there for both teams. It's that first pass that's not finding the mark. That first progressive pass, like you saw just then, over midfield. And you see then again, into the final third, that first pass to enter the attacking phase. That's the one that both of these teams are struggling to find right now, but once they do, something dangerous can start to brew. Molina threading it through. Scott got ahead to it, and he's closed down by Sebastian Cruz. The forward getting all the way back. A nervy moment for SKC II. Shaped ball in behind. Tyreek Scott charged it down. Beat Jacob Molinaro to it. Never had a chance to get the shot off. Fourth corner of the night for the visitors, just 2 for the hosts. 40th minute from Children's Mercy Victory Field. Shallow cross, almost went all the way in. Molinaro was fouled trying to get a paw to it. Bryant. Way forward for now. Changing things to the near side. Cristiano trying to clip it in for Alexandre. Battling with Molina. Garcia swarmed by Navy shirts and fouled in the process. One, two, three, 4 players around the 17-year-old. Hard to believe he would have been able to get out of that if not for the foul. That could be a big let-off for SKC II. Poor back pass, Gumbale onto it and winning a corner for his efforts. Outswing delivery, met in the air by Zua. Now North Texas going to step up a little bit, try and take some space. Cruz on a run by one, taken down by the second. It'll be a free kick for Sporting Kansas City II. Still just the one yellow card brandished so far in this match. Awarded to Turner Humphrey back in the 9th minute.
Anthony, follow him! Follow him!
North Texas going to hold the 18. Ethan Bryant to swing it in. Second ball won by Habibullah. Bryant going to try it again. Flipped back into the mixer and cleared away. .44th minute now. Is there a goal in this first half? It looked likely to happen for the majority of this opening 45. Time running out though. Headed away only as far as Habibullah. Great ball in behind. Cut back once again and cleared once again. Too many white shirts in the box for SKC II to find a way through. Ethan Bryant with a team leading 5 assists on the season. Headed away by Nico Gordon. Cameron Habibullah. His turn to float one in. Header gets right back to him. Wants the 1-2. Denied a chance to receive the pass. And the cross punched away. Bryant. Cut back again and cleared again. North Texas trying to hold down the fort. Good movement on the throw-in to win the corner kick from Denny Flores. As we enter the first of 4 minutes out a minimum of added time.
4 minutes.
Ethan Bryant looking for his 2nd assist in 3 matches. Floated in once again. Habibullah trying to settle. Made the run. Pass wasn't on. Beto Avila. Dispossessed. And fouling Leonardo Orejuela. The 16-year-old making his first professional start tonight. Trying to pirouette his way out of pressure. Turnover in a promising spot, played into the box, and again, another deflected shot. Sebastian Cruz denied by Turner Humphrey. Did the right thing, hitting it first time. Defender came across to close down the angle. It's been a flurry of corners to close out this first half for SKC II. They haven't been able to find a Navy shirt from one of them yet. Flag stays down. That one bounced through the first defender, but falls right back to Rose. Shove at the edge of the area. Flores went down. Referee had a great view. North Texas trying to step up and just get out of their own box. Kansas City going to try and bring the pressure once again with Rindove. It's textbook defending in the end from the visitors. Defending off corner after corner after corner. Being able to find their shape and step up a little bit. Force a bad pass at the back. Now it's their turn with possession with a little bit over a minute left in this first half. Now SKC II with the high press. They haven't picked up the run. Tyshawn Rose, who's brought down.
A yellow card caution has been issued to Sporting Kansas City, number 42.
There will be a yellow card for Carson Klein. And no complaints from him about that decision. North Texas was going to be away. Now just the second name in the book, one from each side. Four minutes at a minimum have elapsed. Will there be one more chance for North Texas? Kyrick Scott told to send it in. Long throw from the forward. Headed up by Rindove. Put back in the mixer and a diving punch away. Rejarena going down, and the counter was on. The ball overhit, and the first half comes to a close. Scoreless 45 between Sporting Kansas City II and North Texas SC. Coming up, we look back at last week's action with the report after this timeout.
Action.
All right, MLS store, I need something fresh and clean. Let's see what you got. I need that in my size. It's not like this. Cream on cream? The fit is cold. I'm ice cream. You like that?
Welcome back with the MLS Next Pro season winding down. Michelle Montaigne visited the Town FC out in the Bay Area for this latest edition of The Report. Shaped in behind for Carmichael. Goalie off of his line and into the back of the net. Oh my!
As things in MLS Next Pro continue to heat up, the report comes to you from the Bay Area, home of the Town FC for the first time ever. I'm Michelle Montaigne. The playoff picture in the Western Conference is beginning to take shape. But as far as the latter parts of match week 28 go, only one team in the Eastern Conference has been able to clinch a playoff spot. That would be FC Cincinnati II. So to say that there is drama unfolding would be quite the understatement. Union 2 added to the dramatics with a thrilling comeback win over New York City FC 2. Down by 2 goals, Union 2 scored 3 unanswered to take a 4-3 victory and clinch their place in the postseason for the 3rd straight year. As of now, they are just the 3rd team to make the postseason in all 3 seasons of MLS Next Pro. Also clinching a postseason berth, Orlando City B. The Young Lions scored 3 second-half goals in a win over Chicago Fire 2 to make their way back to the playoffs. Jack Lynn opened the scoring, netting his 3rd goal in 3 straight matches. And speaking of streaks, goalkeeper Carlos Mercado posted his 2nd consecutive clean sheet, his 3rd of the season. The other team from Florida inched their way closer to the postseason. Inter Miami 2 earned 3 valuable points on the road thanks to a game winner from 23-year-old Ryan Carmichael in a 1-0 win over Atlanta United 2. After finishing last season at the bottom of the Eastern Conference, the turnaround this year has been impressive to watch. So that brings us to who is still in contention in the packed Eastern Conference. Inter Miami 2 is trailed by NYCFC 2, Crew 2, and Crown Legacy, who each have 42 total points. Now, Fire 2 is just 1 point behind. They occupy the final playoff spot entering match week 29. Still in the hunt is Carolina Core, Chattanooga, and Red Bulls 2. What's most impressive, just 2 points separate spots 5 through 10.
Pass into the box for Donnery, off the post and in. Medina into the box, 4 defenders swarming him, still gets the shot away, and somehow finds the back of the net.
Just like the iconic Lombard Street here in the Bay Area, this season has featured several twists and turns. Fitting that the home team, the Town FC, has seen their fair share. In match week 28, they had a chance to clinch a playoff spot over perennial playoff team St. Louis City II. And clinch a spot they did. After a back-and-forth first half, Julian Donnery opened the scoring in the 69th minute for the Town FC before Cruz Medina sealed the deal with the 2nd of the match in the 80th minute. With the victory, head coach Dan DeGeer shared how the club is feeling as they head back to the postseason.
I think we're very proud. Right, proud of the group, proud of the players, proud of the staff. It's not been an easy year. There's been some ups and downs, but at the end of the day, we're in a really good spot going into the playoffs now. I think this year, the guys are very confident, right? They understand it's a quality group. We have the ability to run deep in the playoffs, and that's the expectation now. So we lost some, a good amount of games at home last year, so we take a lot of pride playing at home this year, which is why our record's been pretty good. So I think that's been a big piece of it.
To really showcase all the twists and turns, if we look at this season overall, they started out the season in the 12th spot and toward the bottom of the Western Conference standings. Slowly but surely, they've been climbing their way up, and by the time match week 28 came to an end, they find themselves in 4th place in the playoffs and with a chance to host in the postseason. In this episode, we're sprinkling in a little history for you. Right here, we are standing in the first civic settlement in the state of California. Back in 1777, Jose Joaquin Moraga founded what is now known as San Jose, a city that is rich with Latino culture and traditions. During Hispanic Heritage Month, we asked both Emi Ochoa and Cruz Medina of the Town FC what playing for MLS Next Pro while representing their backgrounds means to them.
To represent, generations back to when all my family lived in Mexico to now being a 2nd generation in America, it means everything. yeah, I mean, being a professional in the U.S., being able to play games on live TV, it's surreal, you know, being able to have my family in Mexico still watch my games because they're on live stream. Yeah, it's really amazing.
No, I think it's a huge honor. You know, both of my parents were born in Mexico. All my family's from Mexico, so it's a huge honor to represent them. You know, and play here in San Jose. So it's definitely a huge honor for sure.
Also out west, several results and scenarios helped Ventura County clinch their spot in the postseason. Thanks to 8 shootout wins and 10 chances on the season, VCFC is living proof that the extra point, thanks to a shootout win, can make a world of difference. So let's take a look at the teams still contending to make it entering match week 29. Each of these teams still have 2 games remaining, with Whitecaps FC 2 holding on to the 7th spot. Dynamo Dos currently holds the last playoff spot. On the outside looking in, we have Timbers 2, Sporting Kansas City 2, Real Monarchs, and defending champions Austin FC 2.
Altobelli over the wall and in! Altobelli presents himself, approaches the box, steps over, Altobelli! And he digs himself in! Altobelli. He scores! Altobelli has scored! Numbers for Toronto. Ayari, it's loose for Altobelli! It's 2 in quick succession!
Not only is the young man on your screen right there the 2022 MLS NEXT Pro inaugural season MVP, Jason Russell Rowe also holds the record for most consecutive games with a goal scored. But there's a new name eyeing that streak. That would be this young man, Julian Altobelli, who has now scored in 8 straight games.
You can't do everything by yourself. You need to have your teammates to help support you and help you get through tough times or good times. So to have your teammates around you, it's like having a family. I'm taking everything one game at a time, and if I am able to break that record, it would be amazing, but I focus on one game at a time, and hopefully things will come as they come.
A lot of credit goes to him for the shift in mentality that he's had, and the leadership role that he's taken on, I think, has been absolutely fantastic. And the example that he sets for younger players coming through the club is that, you know, there is a pathway here, and if you succeed, if you enjoy football, if it's a passion, and there's quality and there's dedication to the club, then you'll have some success.
Here's a look at the longest scoring streaks in MLS NEXT Pro history. We mentioned the guy with the record, and of course Altobelli closing in on it. Last year saw Ibrahim Kasuli of New York Red Bulls 2 and Patrick Aguiaman of Crown Legacy each score in 7 straight matches. And Yosuke Hanya rounds out the top 5 with a 6-game scoring streak.
Action.
Our MLS NEXT Pro newsletter is close to making its debut. Make sure you sign up for it. You can do so at the link below. As we wrap up our journey through the Bay Area, we're reminded how much history this city holds. And speaking of history, Crown Legacy FC's Aaron John is on the brink of making MLS NEXT Pro history. It's incredible to think that the young Crown Legacy rising star was an academy player at the start of this season. The 18-year-old's breakout year, which included tying the single-season assist record, helped him land a homegrown contract with Charlotte FC this past July. Now, John shares the single-season assist record with 3 other players. Both Romeo Beckham and Mohamed Farsi produced 10 assists in 2022. Last season, Rapids 2's Marlon Vargas dished out 10, and this season, it's Aaron John in double digits, trying to set a new record with 2 more regular season matches to go. We're getting down to the wire. The next time I see you, we'll be gearing up for the pivotal point of the season to date, Decision Day. Until then, I'm Michelle Montaigne saying so long from the city by the bay.
Toda mi gente lo siente, 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 toda mi gente caliente, toda mi gente lo siente.
Action.
Welcome back to Children's Mercy Victory Field. After a scoreless first 45, we'll take a look at the upcoming schedule around MLS Next Pro. It is almost that time. Match week 30, decision day, the final regular season match week of the MLS Next Pro campaign. Every team in action with so much to battle for. Plenty of teams have clinched a playoff berth, but there are still a number of teams still searching to grab those last couple crucial slots in the postseason picture. Sporting Kansas City II, one of those teams, will take on LAFC II next time out. But as for the first 45 of this match, let's take a look at the halftime highlights. No goals to speak of, but that doesn't mean we don't have highlights, because Sporting Kansas City II looked likely to score so many times in this match, especially in the first few minutes. Menji Alexandre testing the back line, and it's a good save by Michael Colati, who came out of his area to just get a hand on Pedro Avila's chance. SKC II looked so good on the counter, but North Texas had the pressure, nearly paying off for 17-year-old Diego Garcia. Just curling his effort wide, but staying with the ball on this one. Referee waves advantage. Garcia onto it once again. First time shot from distance, spilled, but still saved by Jacob Molinaro. Then it was the visitors' turn on the counter with Anthony Ramirez. Couldn't find the back of the net on that account, but the pendulum had well and truly swung the way of North Texas SC, firing shot after shot. But in that first half, only 2 on target for the visitors. Just 1 for Sporting Kansas City II. As we take a look at the in-depth stats from the first 45. 3 offside calls against Sporting Kansas City II. They've been playing well on the counter. They start a lot of attacks from their own half, but really in the first 45 or so, it wasn't a noticeably high line from North Texas. Will that change in the second half? Players are just about ready to get back underway. So for the expected goals aficionados, it's 0.49 for SKC II, 0.25 for North Texas. North Texas SC needing just 1 point to clinch the #1 overall seed in the MLS Next Pro playoffs. Sporting Kansas City II need those 3 points tonight if they want to make some ground up in the table. In the Western Conference, it is a cluster right around that playoff line. Houston in 8th with 36. Austin in 9th with 36. Austin on 27 games. Sporting Kansas City II with 35 points as of right now in the midst of their 27th match. Timbers 2 with 35. Then Real Monarchs with 34. It is 2 points separating 5 teams, all vying for just 1 spot. Vancouver in 7th with 40 points. They haven't clinched their playoff spot, but are a bit of ways away from the rest of the pack. Meanwhile, every team above that line Ventura County in 6th, Tacoma 5th, the Town 4th, LAFC 2 in 3rd, St. Louis in 2nd, and then of course North Texas at place number 1. All of those teams have clinched the playoffs. No substitutes to report at the interval. It will be the same 22 that we started the match with. And it will be North Texas that will start with the ball. Alejandro Urzua to begin proceedings. Sporting Kansas City 2 will feel hard done by to not have a goal. So too will North Texas SC. They have 45 minutes to change that. Goals have been in no short supply in other matches around the league so far today. Chattanooga putting up 5 against Toronto's 1. Crown Legacy with 5 goals. Inter Miami 2 with just 2. Huge win for Crown Legacy on the road. Philadelphia Union 2 with a second half stoppage time winner. 2-1 victory over Atlanta United 2. And Chicago getting the 1-0 win over Midwest rival Columbus. Long ball from the back, taken down by Avila. Habibullah with space to turn. Good ball to the far side for Alexandre. Angie Alexandre onto his left. Blocked again. How many times has Menji Alexandre gotten into the box and been unable to find a clear lane to goal? Rose charging forward. Tyreek Scott on the turn. Goes by the sliding challenge. Staying on his feet. Looking for shooting space and eventually denied it. Credit to Tyreek Scott for staying on his feet after the sliding challenge. The grit, the intensity evident from the forward. Fighting for every touch of the ball. Ramirez ahead of Scott's run. And a bright start to the second half for both sides. Long ball for Alexandre, cut away by Malachi Molina. Those two had a couple excellent 1v1s in that first half. Every time that Alexandre got the space in behind, Molina would close him down and not allow a shot to get through. Mr. Grain stumbling by one, brought down by the second. An initial challenge by Habibullah, enough for a free kick. Zua to restart. 18-year-old Dallas native. Garcia with the heavy touch. Habibullah with the heavy pass. Klein stepping up to intercept. Referee will stop play. The referee has called a foul throw. Diagonal run cut off. SKC II now bringing numbers forward. We've seen them play very well on the counter. But now with more help forward, some of those passes in behind being forced. Players being encouraged to make the run by the pass rather than making the run and the ball finding them. Nico Gordon. Englishman looking long. Scott going down. Throwing for North Texas. Big touch forward from the back. Wow, Westergrain. Now Tyshawn Rose. Rose again wanting to go forward. He's done it a number of times now. Danny Flores asking for some help and some movement. It is a bit static on the ball for SKC II at the moment. Quick restart. Bryant's first touch got stuck, but got the pass away to Cameron Habibullah. Lovely ball through for Avila. And cut back once again, finding a defender. Corner taken quickly. Turner Humphrey in the way of the cross once again. Tarek Scott winning the throw right at midfield. It was defended by Carson Klein, who is already on a yellow card. Flores. Meji Alexandre. Calls for North Texas to step up. Cruz going down. Referee says free kick once again. And that'll be an easy yellow card for the referee to give to Mads Westergrain.
North Texas, number 6, Mads Westergrain, in the 54th minute.
Denmark native delaying the restart. Now the third name into the book. Cruz. Space to turn for Avila. Run was made by Gumbale. Inside to the far side with Alexandre. Nico Gordon in the way. Flores. No space to whip in the cross. It'll be another corner kick. 8 corners in that first half for SKC II compared to just 4 for North Texas. Most of those corners coming in stoppage time of that first half. Ethan Bryant could get his team leading 6th assist of the season here. Low delivery to the front post. Habibullah to recycle. Looping cross and too high in the end. Michael Kalani having no problems plucking that one out of the air. Good ball from Kalani as well to split the lines. There's a foul by Danny Flores. Good win by Beto Avila. Has Cruz making the run on his right, picks him out. Cruz back for Avila, who takes it down and scores! Finally, SKC II get the breakthrough. Beto Avila started it and gets to profit from it. Return ball played high, keeps his composure, settles it just a few yards out, picks his head up in time before Kalani closes him down and finds the back of the net. Goal number 9 on the season for him. Now tied with Malungumbale, second on the team in scoring, and it will prompt Michel for North Texas SC to make a double change. And Asali will come in at the left wing position for Leonardo Orejarena. The 16-year-old's first professional appearance is done. And it is another professional debut, this time at the back. Malachi Molina has been substituted off. 17-year-old Kaka Skabin will take his place in his professional debut. Skabin, a native of Sao Paulo, in the FC Dallas Academy, and will have a difficult task ahead of him. Has slid a little bit more centrally, marking Malungumbale, which pushes Nico Gordon out wide to mark Menji Alexandre, who's been dangerous. So too is Avila. He's already on the score sheet tonight, looking for his second, and directly at Michael Kaladi. Cutting onto his left and firing right at the goalkeeper. What a chance. He'll want that one back, and by the way, SKC II is playing. He'll get another chance very soon. You can hear head coach Benny Feilhaber wanting to play at a quick pace, wanting to command possession and play through the lines. They've had nearly 60% possession so far, Kansas City. Big switch for Alexandre. Klein gonna drive forward. Cruz showing short, cut back to the top of the 18. And now Westergrain halted unfairly. And Cameron Habibullah gets a booking for the Jersey Tug.
Kansas City, number 47, Cameron Habibullah, in the 60th minute.
2 yellow cards in the first 45 minutes. Now 2 yellow cards in the first 15 of the second half. Michel urging Rose forward. Tyshawn Rose, East Hartford, Connecticut native. Played his college soccer relatively close to home with Boston College. He's loved to go forward now on a number of occasions. North Texas have been looking for a progressor in this second half, someone to bring it forward and break the lines. Gordon's found himself in an advanced position and crossed it to nobody in a North Texas kit. Cruz got some speed with him, caught up to that heavy first touch. Now Habibullah's dragged the defender out of place. Here's Alexandre against Gordon, trying to thread it through. A sliding challenge came in from Westergrain. Again, the counter proving deadly for SKC II. Rendove going forward. Brought down nearly into the path of Gumbale by Kakaskabi in his professional debut. Avila, the goal scorer. Flores. Flores for Habibullah, gonna go on a dribble. Finds the pass for Sebastian Cruz. Returned back for Habibullah, one-time ball cut away. You can hear the instruction from Benny Feilhaber on the near sideline. He wants players to drive at defenders. Take the green grass that is given to them. And then make a move or make the pass. North Texas with some numbers forward now. Ramirez. Garcia a little bit light on the first time ball. Now Alexandre. Trivella pass for Avila. Great challenge by the 17-year-old. Kakaskabi not backing down in his professional debut. This portion of the match is brought to you by Central Bank, official jersey front partner of SKC II and community banking partner of Sporting KC. Cruz. Rendove. Big swing. Too far for Meji Alexandre. Chris Rendove, the Maryland native, played his college ball with the Terrapins. Habibullah tried to see the run of Beto Avila. Instead gets a corner kick for his efforts. Corner number 10 on the way for SKC II. They haven't been able to create a real shooting chance from any of the previous 9. Habibullah will still stay outside of the box as sort of the recycle man, searching for that second ball. And dove forward from the back, trying to make some space for himself. It was over him, but just a little bit.
Substitution for North Texas, leaving the game, number 34, Alejandro Urzua. He's replaced by number 46, Isaiah.
It will be a double change for Michel.
Substitution for North Texas, leaving the game, number 50, Diego Garcia. He's replaced by number
Alejandro
10, Pedrinho.
Urzua taken out in midfield. Replaced by Isaiah Kakush, Arizona native, formerly of the Barca Residency Academy, 16 years of age, making his professional debut as well. And then elsewhere in midfield, 17-year-old Diego Garcia's night is done. Been taken off for Pedrinho, who's tied with Tyreek Scott. 9 goals for the team, leading North Texas in that category. So another offensive option for Michel, who's used 4 of his 5 substitutes. Yet to see a change from Sporting Kansas City II and Benny Feilhaber. Had a chance to speak to Michel earlier this week, and he spoke on the core of academy players, 16, 17, 18 years of age that he has. He said it doesn't really matter who we play because all of these kids show their professionalism and their ability to compete. They can understand and play any formation we need them to. And the talent in the area is something quite special. They'll need something special to equalize. It's a long ball over the top, and the flag will go up for the first time tonight against North Texas. And Asali's first touch of the ball is fired over the bar. It wouldn't have counted anyways, and he'll get a yellow card for it as well.
A yellow card caution has been issued to North Texas, number 99, Enes Sali, in the 67th minute.
So Enes Sali into the book for delaying the restart. A player who enjoys having the ball at his feet, said his head coach. He'll have to work back on defense right now. Bryan in behind. Ethan Bryan cutting it back. One more pass for Habibullah, poked away. Once again, SKC II on the counter finding space, and once again, unable to get a shot off. Especially if you include the first 10-15 minutes or so of that first half, SKC II could have probably 2, 3, maybe more. Granted, North Texas had a good share of chances in that first half as well, but haven't seen much in the second, especially since conceding the goal back in the 56th minute. Habibullah wanting someone to check too. Instead is brought down unfairly.
There's no yellow, give us the advantage, please. There's no yellow, give us the advantage, sir.
Benny Feilhaber instead asking the official for the advantage, though it doesn't look like there was one really materializing in that build-up. Habibullah was going back with the ball anyways. Habibullah, great ball in behind for Avila, trying to chop it back and is instead dispossessed. Great defending by Kaka Skabin, the 17-year-old on his lonesome, on his professional debut, shutting down the goal scorer.
Substitution for North Texas in the 70th minute.
Fifth and final change for Michel will happen in the 70th minute. Nick Mendonca will come in on the back line for Turner Humphrey. Got the first yellow card of this match all the way back in the 9th minute. Benny Feilhaber has still yet to make his first change. North Texas is out of subs. Not something you see very often. Great touch by Ramirez. Onto his left from a tough angle. Needs support. Trying to ask it of Rose. The ball a little bit overhit for him. Not much he could do that close to the byline, but does manage to get a throw in. Pedrinho into the area. Pedrinho still going and going down. Referee waving it off immediately. Pedrinho has that dribbling ability, but the referee was in a great spot to wave that one off. It didn't look like there was a lot of contact. Take another look at it. And that is the right call. Pedrinho taking a heavy touch, was never going to get on the end of that. Danny Flores stood his ground. This portion of the match is brought to you by Children's Mercy Hospital of Kansas City, official healthcare partner of Sporting KC. Long ball all the way up. Avila jumping a little bit too early, but able to win a throw. 73rd minute from Children's Mercy Victory Field. Still 1-0 off the foot of Beto Avila on the 56th minute. Alexandre Habibullah taken down, free kick. And another yellow card will come out of the pocket of Velimir Stefanovic. And it is to 16-year-old Isaiah Kakush in his professional debut into the pocketbook. And he's gotten the studs on the back of the ankle there. That's a painful one. It's reckless. It is a yellow card. Unfortunate tackle, but the right decision by the referee. And Kakush this time clearing it out for a corner.
Substitution for Sporting Kansas City in the 74th minute. Leaving the game.
And now the first change for Benny Feilhaber. Sebastian Cruz will take a spot on the bench. Natty Clark is into the match. Texas defending the corner. Sally couldn't go the other direction. Counter wasn't on, but maybe some measured buildup this time around. We haven't seen North Texas get forward in a while, at least not with the ball at their feet. Now a chance to get numbers forward with the throw-in. Referee is motioning the throw-in forward. Not something you usually see, but North Texas will take the space. Ramirez, good ball in behind. Nobody on that cutback, though wasn't strong enough to beat Chris Rendove anyways. Habibullah trying to burn by one and goes down. That will be a yellow card for Tyshawn Rose. And now the yellow cards are turning into a bit of a flurry as the referee is motioned for a hydration break. Had one in the first half, so we have to have one in the second, and yeah, that's a yellow card. Can't do that. Just dragging Cameron Habibullah down, not making an attempt to play the ball. So just one goal to speak of back in the 56th minute. It was started by Beto Avila. He played Sebastian Cruz, fired the cutback off of Avila's chest, but still manages to take it down, block the ankle, fire low. SKC II are in front with 15 minutes to go. Make that 14 now, plus added time. This portion of the match is brought to you by Price Chopper, official grocery partner of Sporting KC. North Texas SC cannot afford to take their time to get an equalizer. Just 1 point will assure them the #1 overall seed in the MLS Next Pro playoffs. They've already got the #1 in the West. This would be a huge 3 points for Sporting Kansas City II. As of right now, if the result held, they would catapult themselves all the way up to 8th place, just above that playoff line with 37 points. Houston below them with 36th. Austin as well with 36, though Houston plays tonight. Austin does not. Timbers 2 and Real Monarchs also playing later tonight. Those two teams at 35 and 34 points respectively. Habibullah brought down again. And brought down by Kakush again, who is on a yellow card. The 16-year-old in his professional debut. Matty Clark bringing it down. Fired that ball early for Avila. Gives it right back to Clark. Lone substitute for SKC II. Fresh legs on the overlap, instead crossed in. Kakush first to it, Bryant the second. Rendove stepping up. Alexandre now. Avila for Habibullah. Curling it over the bar. Sprawling Kaladi wasn't tested. And uncharacteristic miscue from Cameron Habibullah. He's usually scoring those. He's scored 11 times this season, more than any other SKC II player. Scott dispossessed. Here's Avila. He's trying to find Cameron Habibullah. Instead falls now to Flores, into the box and over the bar. SKC II continuing to pile on the pressure. Unable to find a second so far. Referee waves advantage. Tony Ramirez. Pedrinho. Farina Sali. Chance for North Texas now. Sali driving in. Sliding challenge, expertly timed. Leo Cristiano had to get that spot on, and that he did. It was a very risky play. Ines Sali didn't have much of a lane to cross that back. Cristiano getting the ball. Would have been a penalty if he didn't, and really a costly one. Well defended in the end. And as Sali told to go to the penalty spot, Habibullah will mark him. And the referee will stop things because it's very congested in that 6-yard box. Usually you don't see this. Maybe 1 or 2 players close to the goalkeeper. There's probably, what, 4 from each team, maybe 5? Going to be difficult for Velimir Stefanovic to keep his eye on all that. It's a crowded goal mouth. Ramirez crossing it right into that mixer. Scott going down, fighting for it. And the referee will call a foul against the North Texas front man.
Substitution for Sporting Kansas City in the 83rd minute, leading the game at number 31, Danny Flores.
Danny Flores will be replaced in midfield by Cello Tessantra, a Baltimore native. Trying to see this one out. Again, just the second substitute for Coach Feilhaber. Michel used all 5 of his substitutes by the 70th minute.
A yellow card caution has been issued to Sporting Kansas City, number 91, Jacob Molinaro, in the 83rd minute.
Jacob Molinaro shown a booking for taking too long to restart play. Gumbale fighting for it and losing out to Westergrain. 84th minute now for North Texas. Time slowly running out. Trying to get their 3rd perfect month of the campaign. Sporting Kansas City II on the verge of rebounding from a 4-2 home loss last time out. A statement win this would be against the best team in the West. There's a foul off the ball, and it will be a booking as well. Chris Rendove taking down a player unfairly. SKC II will hold the 18. Pedrinho and Ramirez standing over it. Can they find an equalizer? It is Pedrinho to deliver. Headed right back to him. Poor pass from the number 10. So Shantrek going to ground but unable to find a teammate. Now Pedrinho on the dribble. Again passing it to an SKC II player. Eddie Clark was out of position. Solly will dribble forward for Pedrinho. Christian dove across to cover. North Texas exploiting the space left behind. Couldn't get a shot on frame. They do get a corner in the 86th minute. And a different look from this corner, not nearly as congested in the 6-yard box. Nervy moment there for SKC II. It was a half-hearted appeal for handball, but Tyreek Scott couldn't do much with the loose chance. Another yellow card. This time for Meji Alexandre. It's the 8th yellow card given out tonight. 5 for Sporting Kansas City II. Tyreek Scott taken down, nowhere near the ball. Tamari Montoot will enter the contest. Toronto native. Trying to shore things up defensively. Placing Ethan Bryant. The Texas native put in a lot of corners today. Unable to find his, what would have been his team leading 6th assist of the season. Second ball bounces fortuitously for Alexandre. Habibullah all by himself. Gets the return ball, and now numbers charging forward for SKC II. Early cross to the back post. One-time finish somehow denied. Michael Kaladi with an unreal stop. It's gone off his face. It wouldn't have counted. The flag went up for offside. But despite using his cranium to stop that ball, you saw the reaction from Michael Kaladi. So much emotion. And you can imagine what the celebrations will be like if North Texas can get a goal. Benny Feilhaber helping his goal scorer, Beto Avila, back to his own 2 feet. '89th minute now. What a win this would be for SKC II. Pedrinho trying to spoil the party. Rose. Solly to the byline. Nick Mendonca not messing around with it. Habibullah, ways away from where he usually is. Still able to get the pass away to Tashawn Trent. Now Natty Clark on the far side, forward for Alexandre. Clark continuing his run. Natty Clark drags it wide. Another textbook counter from Sporting Kansas City II. And the second goal for the hosts continues to elude them. Rose, Pedrinho. Two defenders in his path. Forced to switch the point of attack. Kakouche. Solly. 5 minutes at a minimum for North Texas to try and get an equalizer. The penultimate match day of MLS Next Pro. Pedrinho. Back for Kakouche. Tries on goal. It's spilled and it's in. 16-year-old Isaiah Kakouche scores on his professional debut and may have sealed the #1 spot in the playoffs for North Texas. Tried his luck, and it's a howler from Jacob Molinaro. But they all count the same for the visitors. The former Barca Residency Academy product onto the score sheet for North Texas SC in second half stoppage time. '17-year-old Jacob Molinaro has made a couple great saves tonight. Man, he's been with the academy for 5 years now. Was unable to make the save. Solly dragged back, and the referee will issue another yellow card. And it is a second yellow card. Carson Klein is dismissed, and the hosts down to 10. Carson Klein stops a promising attack. And he's given his marching orders. This match has turned on its head in stoppage time. Kakouche going down, referee says nothing doing, but will have to stop the play for the suspected head injury. SKC II irate that they weren't able to continue the counterattack, but any suspected head injury per the laws of the game has to be an immediate stoppage. North Texas asking how it's not a foul. And the referee will go to the pocketbook once again with a yellow card. Yellow card shown to the technical area for SKC II. Just awaiting the confirmation. And it was, in fact, shown to Benny Feilhaber, the man in charge. Seven yellow cards now for SKC II. Clark. Habibola. 10-man Sporting Kansas City II trying to take back the lead. Shot blocked from Tashantret. There's not a lot of time. Alexandre. Appeals for offside, not given. At least not at first, but the flag does eventually go up. And that may do it. And that does do it.
The referee has indicated the end of regulation time where their score tied at 1. MLS Next Pro rules require a match ending in a draw to be decided by hits from
The match will go to penalties.
an additional point.
How crucial could this second point be for Sporting Kansas City II? So ahead of the penalty shootout, let's remind everyone at home how it all goes down.
At the end of regulation, since the teams are tied on the scoreboard, the match will extend to a shootout, with each team having 5 attempts. If the teams are tied after 5 attempts, they will go to sudden death. The shootout winner will receive an extra point in the regular season standings.
So both teams will receive 1 point. But this second point could be crucial for Sporting Kansas City II. Take a look at how we got here. The 1-2 fired off the chest of Beno Avila, able to take it down and keep his composure to find the back of the net. But then in second half stoppage time, 16-year-old Isaiah Kakush on his professional debut. They all count the same. Gets the all-important point for North Texas that clinches the #1 overall spot in the MLS Next Pro playoffs, but there's still one more point on the line. So we take a look at the standings going into this shootout. Sporting Kansas City II was up to 8th. They've slid back down to 10th on 35 points. So if they get that second point from the shootout, they become tied with Houston, who plays later tonight, and Austin, who only has one more match. Those 3 teams would be on 36 points. So Michael Colati and Jacob Molinaro will take their respective spots. After the second half stoppage time equalizer, from Isaiah Kakush. And then the sending off of Carson Klein. Plenty of drama in this one. The referee, Velimir Stefanovic, having a talking to with both netminders. It will be North Texas to start the proceedings. Nick Mendonca, Miami, Florida native, will get us underway. He's taken one penalty this season. He went to the right and he scored it. Mendonca to start things off, picks out the bottom left corner perfectly. Rolled with authority into the lower 90. No goalkeeper is ever going to get that. Molinaro went the right way. And will give the ball to his teammate, Malun Gumbale. Gumbale has scored all 5 of his last spot kick attempts, and they've been just about everywhere. Michael Colati, even if he did his homework, will have a tough decision to make here. And he makes a save! Michael Colati guesses the right way and gets a paw to it. Difficult height to deal with. Got that right hand up, and this crucial second point for Sporting Kansas City II will be a little bit harder to earn now. Tyrick Scott's turn from 12 yards. One penalty this year, tucked away in the side netting on the right side of cage. To continue the perfect start, and does. With authority down the middle. Tyrick Scott didn't get many looks on goal tonight in regulation. Made no mistake with his chance in the shootout. Menji Alexander will step up. One penalty this season, converted into the top right corner. He had so many chances, especially in that first half, those overlapping runs. Found acres of space in and around the box, but couldn't find the back of the net. Really needs to here. Wide run up, and it's saved again! Colati goes to his left again and saves it again. And in a shootout that Sporting Kansas City II needs to win, they find themselves down 2-0. Up steps the Dallas native, Anthony Ramirez. One of 2 this season from the spot. Make that 2 of 3. Just about sneaks it under Jacob Molinaro. Prefers that right-hand side. Molinaro doing his homework and couldn't get his arms down quick enough. Mountains of pressure on Chris Rindeau, the former Maryland Terrapin, against the former Columbia Lion, Michael Colati. Rendov's kick into the bottom right corner keeps SKC II alive. All three penalties going the same direction for the hosts. It's the first time that Kaladi has dove the opposite way. And Solly could wrap this one up for North Texas. 2 for 2 this season from the spot to grab the second point. A clever chip, so well done. And that confidence emblematic of North Texas SC, who lock up the #1 overall seed in the MLS NEXT Pro playoffs.
Sporting Kansas City II's next home match is on October 6th at Children's Mercy Victory Field against LAFC II.
A most deft chip down the middle, and the Panenka penalty seals the shootout point.
Online at SeatGeek.com. Fans, join us for Sporting Kansas City's next MLS home match on October 5th when Sporting take on LAFC. Tickets are available online at SeatGeek.com.
16-year-old Isaiah Kakush receiving plenty of love from his teammates in his first professional match, scoring his first professional goal to force the shootout. And then Michael Kaladi saving the first 2 spot kicks back-to-back. Crucial for his side in the shootout. And did well all game to shut down multiple counterattacks for Sporting Kansas City II. Kalani, the former All-Ivy League selection, is tonight's man of the match, presented by Adidas. And why not when you make not 1 but 2 saves in the shootout, and to start the shootout, no less. Setting the tone on the road, helping to lock up not 1 but 2 points for North Texas SC, which catapults the side into first place of not only the Frontier Division, not only the Western Conference, but all of MLS NEXT Pro. And they will be the top dog in the postseason in 2024. Score from Children's Mercy Victory Field, 1-1 after regulation, 4-1 in the shootout for North Texas SC over Sporting Kansas City II. For our entire MLS NEXT Pro broadcast crew, I'm Philip Galati. Don't forget, you can watch MLS NEXT Pro all season long at MLS Season Pass on Apple TV and MLSNextPro.com. Good night.
This copyrighted broadcast of Major League Soccer may not be retransmitted, reproduced, or rebroadcast without the express written consent of Major League Soccer.